Hey guys. Hey guys. I'm 20 minutes late, so I apologize for that. As you can see, I'm not feeling the greatest. Um, I hope you're doing all right. Welcome to Restore Belief with Nikki. Um, I'm trying to be okay. Anyway, a lot going on. Hello, whoever joined, whoever's here. I appreciate that. So today is talking about lifetimes and a lot more than just that. What else? Somebody gone and disappeared. All right. So lifetimes. If you, okay, bit of business. Let's see here. There we go. Down and go. Okay. Trying to get business taken care of. I apologize, folks. I'm kind of having a rough day. Okay, but I'm here and I want to be. Oop! I hit a button. I hit a button. Well, it's not a good thing. Anyway, there we go. Out of that, exit out of that. Yes, live now. Okay. Okay. Then Christopher might come in. So anyway, all right. So talking about lifetimes and products. I want to get products out of the way before I forget. Okay. Back in the early 1990s, I'm in Washington State, and I and my family went to the Monroe. I was a specific kind of fair. It wasn't a regular fair. It was an artistic fair, but I can't remember what it was called back then. Anyway, so I have a product sitting here. This is one of many that this one I use rarely, but I do use it, especially after wearing makeup. And I've washed my face and all that stuff. It's washed, scrubbed, whatever. Hey, Christopher. Um, anyway, what I wanted to say was that this company was in the very beginning of making its rounds. And they were going to, there was a woman at basically a table under not a tent, under a canopy, and she was promoting this product. And I remember her talking about somehow being in the medical community, or that the owner, whoever created this, was. I can't remember if it was her or if the person I was talking to was a representative. That's in the far reaches of my mind. So I mean, for me to, and I've got a photographic memory and blah blah blah, all that crap. But and I've got some people going, "Oh, why the hell wouldn't you remember that if you got a photographic memory and you remembered every single second of your life?" Time marches on, dear boys and girls. My point is that, and a lot has taken place and a lot has happened. Pain brain being one of them. Very bad pain brain, and that can really screw with a photographic memory and retaining things. Although, interestingly enough, not on some things, doesn't affect certain things. Anyway, my point is that I was talking with this, uh, she must have been 30, 40-year-old woman at the time, and she was talking about this product. Um, they had just gotten the packaging done, just literally gotten it, like, the day or 2 before, was something to that effect. Um, Ready for the very first show that they were doing, and I thought she had said it was the Monroe, um, Expo or Arts and Crafts Expo or something. Anyway, I was there looking for some kind of garden, supplies to see if they had specific things, metalworks and that kinda stuff. Because back then I was, like, reconstructing gardens and terracing yards, and I mean, I was doing a lot of different things. And I came across her and the energy off of her and her telling the truth and about this product. And it was all about the product came about from what I remember. Now, whoever ends up talking to me later about this company from the company probably is going to tell me something different. That's fine, but this is how I remember it. This is my experience. This is what I was told. Um, so anyway, um, it was a product that was created for burn victims. Um, and the product name, um, they were in the process of dealing with um, scars and trying to help burn victims. And so I've got two products. Um, Scarderma, I think, is what they had started with, or something like that. Anyway, it ends up with Derma E. And this is a product that I use after I've worn makeup and my skin is having a hard, difficult time. Anyway, this one, I highly recommend this. I mean, I know there's skin people out there, and there are people in the do what you do for you. This is what I do for me. This is what works for me. This is what makes my skin happy. Um, Christopher, let me know if you're able to hear me or not, please. Um, hmm. I got a sneaking suspicion about something, and I don't want to have to go through what we went through last time. Let's see. Ba-dum bum ba-dum boom. Ba-dum ba-dum bum. Crap. Let's see. Trying to find out if you can actually hear me. Um, okay. Aha. Well, we've got two. Hey, Simon. Okay, good, thank you. I have stuff happening up on my laptop that hi, sweetie, that is showing me that oh, it's just like what happened last week or the week before last, and I had to stop the whole thing and start all over again 20 minutes after I had started, so, um, okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Alright, so lifetimes. I was just like anyway oh, no, not lifetimes. So, anyway, this product. So, get in and take a look at, Derma E. If you're having problems with your skin, um, check this company out. I don't know, but, check out this company. Um, I know, didn't put it up for very fast, but anyway, this one's a pump. Bugger to beans. Um, this one is a pump action. And I did not want my nails on camera because it's really bad right now. Anyway, um, but it's really good, especially if you've got, and as I've aged, I've got sensitive fucking skin. I'm sick and fucking tired of it. But this stuff, since I'm not using it every day, I'm using it maybe once a month, especially now that I'm starting to do live broadcasts and on camera and occasionally wear makeup, and my skin is becoming more and more sensitive to products. Um, so this is what I use after washing, cleaning the face, and then put this stuff on. Um, the woman that I remember talking with back in the 1990s, um, I mean, they came out with an entire product line for scleroderma and oh, a whole bunch of things. It was quite the thing. Anyway, so lifetimes. Um, I don't even know where to begin. I had a whole thing I wanted to tell you guys about lifetimes. Have you ever wondered why you're interested in certain things in your life? Well, now everybody's going to have a different take on this than I do. All psychics have a complete have a well, not completely different view, but some of them line up, others don't. This is from personal experience, and this is from directly talking with people. Okay. A lot of people over 35 years. Um, so, all right. When I was growing up, I never understood why I could sense things, feel things, blah, 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 empathic, all that. Um, point being is I never understood why certain things I read jived. I mean, like being a cowboy, being in France, knowing about Marie Antoinette, knowing about certain things about the Egyptians, knowing about Atlantis, but yet still wondering, knowing how to horseback ride, um, knowing, like instinctively knowing, um, being into art, being into oceanography, being into all different kinds of music. I mean, a friend of mine on Facebook, um, I posted something from 6 years ago, and it was after my 2008 back injury, and I'd been getting into and doing my exercises, and I was still having problems with my back. This was before the tailbone break and spinal injury. Full on, well, not full on, but full on how that affects the body. Anyway, because it's different now. I can't use a pull cue to save my life right now. My I will be screaming at the table. Anyway, so I had posted this picture of me in a tavern 6 years ago playing pool. And uh, made a comment about how I had never experienced anybody wanting me wanting me for anything in competition. Just because I was horrible at very competitive. I can be, although I really try not to be for very good reason. But anyway, has to do with ego. It has to do, I get a big head. I hate that. So I'm like, fuck that. I don't do that. Was terrified when I was growing up of having success. Never understood that. Terrified of standing in front of people. Never fucking understood that. Using a lot of F words today, guys. Get used to it. It's one of my difficult days. I am not feeling good. I've had another weird freaking weekend, and all of this comes back. Hang on, we're getting there. That's going to be a story. It's always a story with me, guys, but this is a bit different. So, anyway, so here I have this post on Facebook and talking about how I'm at this. We're doing it was family event night. And uh, and we're in this tavern, and yes, my kid is long past 21. He's 31 now, but 6 years ago he was in his 20s. So anyway, we're all at a tavern. It's also a pool hall, not snooker. Don't know how to play snooker, although I would very much like to learn. Anybody wants to teach, I would love to learn that one. Anyway, and yeah, I got friends in England who were like, "You don't know what the hell snooker is? Oh my god!" Oh, that was another subject. Anyway, somebody's baking. I can. That's not just baking. I got somebody here. Well, I don't have Sasquatch here like I did last night. This is one of the reasons why I'm so freaking out of it. I had Sasquatch open up a portal, like not even, I don't, 3, 4, about 4 feet, 3, 4 feet away from me last night. And apparently it was snowing where they're at because they kept the portal open. God. I had a nice toasty warm apartment, and he opened the portal and get cold wind coming in and I'm like, dude, that's another subject. Anyway, yeah, another reason why Nikki's not feeling so hot. All right, so anyway, back to playing pool. Not me. I couldn't pick a cave. Yeah, I grew up baking. I was one of those latchkey kids where I was trying to figure out how to make things at 6 and 7 years old because mom wasn't home. That's a whole nother subject. Yeah, I do. I got somebody here and they've got baking going on around them. I'm like, okay, whatever. Anyway, so back to the pool thing. So my friend had commented, and I had this picture up and playing pool and making a comment about how this competitive local pool team had come into I don't know what to call them. I don't remember what their official title is. Do I care right now? No. Do I care later? Probably. Anyway, they came in to practice. And of course, we had been there, our family had been there for about 4 hours by that point, so we had been playing pool at round after round after round after round, and I had forgotten I used to play pool in the late '80s when I was in college and doing the bar hopping thing, and the guys were into darts, and I was like, "Screw that." I'm better at shooting a bow and arrow than I am at doing darts. I suck at darts, but had a few guys teach me how to play pool. I used to piss them off because I was bad and then I got really good all of a sudden and I never knew why. And it was all about how you position your body. It was all for me. And so basically, here 6 years ago, so back to current or relatively current, um, here I am playing pool in this tavern slash pool hall. And this team comes in to practice, and there's, I don't know, 6, 8 pool tables, quite a few pool tables, dance floor, big stage, and I mean, it was a huge place. It reminded me of a weird warehouse, but anyway, we're there, and you're great at darts. I'm not great at pool. In fact, I'm terrible. Yeah, I reverse that, sweetheart. I'm terrible at darts. Great at shooting weapons. Great at great at guns. Great at. I used to be really good at bows and arrows. I used to be, yeah. Couldn't do darts to save my life. Um, but everything else, yeah, I was really damn good at. And so I taught my son at. He was really frustrated because at 5 and 6 years old, he wanted to learn how to play pool, but he wasn't tall enough for our community pool center. Um, Community center that had a pool table in it. There we go. And they wouldn't allow him to stand on a on a stool or a chair or anything like that. And it pissed me off. It was a liability, and I get that, but it just pissed me off. And so he had to wait until he was 7 years old and 8 years old. But I taught him chess and I taught him how to play pool, and he's really freaking good at it. And so we were doing this family little event, and I knew I was being watched, and I didn't necessarily I didn't necessarily wasn't able to do astral again for quite some time, but what I didn't realize was that I was doing a combination of a form of astral. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's a form of astral and a form of higher consciousness because the tavern started. It was a Friday night or Saturday night. It was a Friday night, and the place, because it's a tavern, started picking up. Hello, Friday night. And this team is playing pool. I'm making long stories short. I'm trying to make it short, and I can't do it today. So I apologize, guys. Anyway, so we're playing pool and they're watching me. I got different team members, and I didn't recognize them as team members. I just recognized them as people, friends coming in to play pool. And I'm getting between 3 and 5 of them starting to watch me. And I'm like, okay, obese woman playing pool, you don't see that very often. I get that. And I was doing a lot of quiet oohs and ahs and ouches, and music starting to come on, the band starting to come into the tavern and play, and by this time I'm like, okay, Nikki's done. Oh, I need a couple of drinks because I can't handle the pain anymore, and I want to stay here and continue to play pool. And I didn't have any pain meds on me at the time, and got to playing pool, and I ended up having two of the uh, competitive pool players come up to me and kind of pull me aside with my son standing there, I might add. My son is 6'1", 6'2", big guy, like a big old football player. No one mess with his mama. Anyway, so he's like, "What the hell's going on, mom?" And they basically wanted me to be on their team and play competitive pool, and I'm like, "I'm not that good." And they're like, "Yeah, you are. You don't realize how good you are." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." I mean, it was really cool. So here my friend is commenting on how I look great and the fact that I'm like, she has no clue as to how badly what it cost me physically. But I had so much fun. I had a blast. I mean, it made my heart sing, you know. Well, there are things that we do in our lifetimes that resonate because there are other things, and there are things that we hate or dislike. I don't like to use the word hate because hate is so derogatory and so detrimental. And what I've learned in the last 10, 15 years, language is a really big freaking deal. We manifest. We don't know our own abilities. Every human has abilities. We don't know our own abilities. Um, and every word you use can manifest. The anger, the emotion, the hatred, the love, all of that can manifest. It is literally put out into the ether. And I do mean literally. And it becomes different parts of manifestation. Um, so the things you love and hate are typically, not always, but typically coming from different aspects of different lifetimes you've had. I know somebody that has extreme fear of driving, yet she drives. Young woman, in fact, yet she drives. But she has an extreme fear of getting lost. She has an extreme fear, I mean, a lot of extreme fears. And when I first met her and shook her hand, I realized that she's only had 3 lifetimes. This is her third. And so she's a newbie. She's a newbie soul, and the first two lifetimes she had were incredibly traumatic. Most people have some form of fear of water. Well, not everybody, but some people have a fear of water and what can be in that water. That can come from past lifetime. I used to have a fear, and I couldn't put my finger on what it was. As most people, because I've publicly talked about this specific subject, I am and don't get all, oh my God, I'm so sorry. It's done. It's over. It happened. I've moved on, but I'm open to talking about this stuff. Okay. I'm putting that out there. All right. So most people, because I've publicly talked about this recently, and everybody in my life knows this. I am a survivor of childhood sexual abuse. Okay, that's out there now, and it was actually after the ETs. So we had ETs, the abuse, and then ETs. That's fun. Anyway, oh fuck balls. There's a specific point I was going with that besides the counseling. I've done the counseling and all that stuff with it. Crap, where the fuck was I going with that? Oh, lifetimes. Trauma. Oh, holy crap, I've got a battery that's sorry guys, I got the laptop on a little clear. I gotta deal with the battery after this. That's gonna be fun, which means I need to put gloves on because that's gonna have battery acid. Oh, freaking lovely. All right. See, I'm all over the freaking place. Anyway, my point is that I had a deep fear when I was going through counseling. I never understood why I had a deep fear of having a rope around my neck. And it didn't come from this lifetime. Never frickin' understood it. That's where I was going with this. In part of my therapy, one of the things that I learned when I went through my hand-to-hand combat therapy, and it was hand-to-hand combat, and it gave me back a lot of my own power and my own soul's power, so to speak. One of the things that I learned when I did have a rope put around my neck, and I never understood as a kid why I could not wear. I always tried to wear turtlenecks, could never understand. Even to this day, I still can't. Um, and chokers, having necklaces that are choker. Oh fuck no. Um, but it comes from a past lifetime where I was hung. I died being hung. Um, so I don't remember much of that lifetime, but that's what that comes from. I've overcome the success thing, the being afraid of success. I know where that comes from. It's because I've had numerous lifetimes where I was an extremely public person. Oh my God. Extremely public. I had one lifetime where um I was a child in, well, a couple of lifetimes where I was a child in two different families that, oh my God, um, famous beyond description. Um, and it was just like, it makes me sick now. I'm like, ugh. I'm not afraid of success anymore, but I can't stand public life, which is funny because this is all public. Um, this has been instilled in me by so many people. We're talking way over 20 people. Nikki, you've got to write a book. Nikki, you need to be talking about your experiences. People need to understand different things. Please this, please that. And all of this comes from me finally going, okay, we gotta do this. And we gotta talk about this. So that's why I've spent nearly a year um, talking about different things. Uh, Eventually, I will have a book, and hello to my granddaughter who is not even conceived yet. But I know because I literally saw her watching uh, two or three of these broadcasts back. I can't remember which one it was at this second, but she'll eventually watch it. That's fine. It'll be after I'm dead, but love you, darling. Um, the souls have come and talked to me. I know who my grandkids are going to be. Um, at the time she presented herself as female, do I know that she's going to stay female? I have no idea. Do I care? No. Do I love her? Hell yeah. Um, do I love that soul is what I should say. Yes. Um, and if anybody messes with my grandchildren, I will not be nice. So, um, In other words, that was regarding the ass hats because I'm still having frickin' issues with those bastards. Anyway, so lifetimes can be the things that you feel, the things that you have a connection to can come from past lifetimes. That's where I'm going with all of this. 35 minutes into this, that's where I'm finally all this, getting all of this to go. I was about to say something and I'm getting the no, no, no. Love it when they do that. Timing's not right. Anyway, and I guess you can't see him because of my shoulder. I've got all my art supplies out, so this whole back area is a atrocious mess right now. So, um, anyway, the fuck was I gonna say? Um, so I got pain brain going on. So your lifetimes. So I was in France, and I wasn't anybody of real significance. I was a male. I had a number of lifetimes in France. I was extremely political. Oh my god, really freaking political. Um, I was standing in I'm calling them the audience, who stood and watched Marie Antoinette get her head chopped off. And there is a sound in movies there's certain things I cannot stand. That's one of them. Was the guillotine. There's a sound of the guillotine that it makes me sick. And it's not what you would think. It has to do with me somehow knowing Marie Antoinette. I don't remember how I know her. I just know that because of the political stuff, I know that I was in and out of I can't think of the name of it. There's a couple of buildings I was in and out of, and it's like there's things that I remember about Venice. There's things I remember. I know I had a lifetime there. I know I had a lifetime in Spain, but I don't remember much of it. I mean, hardly anything of it, but I know I was there. I was another male. Many of the lifetimes I had, I was a male. Um, my oceanography, when I was a child, I was extremely into oceanography, extremely into horses. Horses go back to a lifetime where I was directly involved in breeding of horses in a Bedouin tribe. And I literally got told to shut up. That's not the words they used, but anyway. So, lifetimes, what you feel now in this lifetime that you are living, has a correlation to your soul has a correlation to the many lifetimes you've lived in the past. And what you're into now, whether it's, I know a gentleman who's military, in this retired military in this lifetime, and is incredibly into teaching others self-defense and numerous other things. And I know that this gentleman, I can't even, well, I'm not going to out him, and I can't say I know who he was, but I know he had a specific lifetime doing specific things that revolves around this in a past lifetime. About protection. It's all about protecting the masses. And it's gone over into this lifetime of his. Um, I know somebody who is incredibly science oriented. Oh my gosh, major big time. And they spent numerous lifetimes uh, on, I just got told not to say what country. Okay, they were a scientist in uh, another country. Um, and many lifetimes. Um, so yeah, people that are, I don't want to say hoard animals, that's not the word I'm looking for. People that have a lot of animals, and animal rescuers for a wide variety of reasons that usually goes back to past. Um, so that's what I wanted to really talk about, was that our things that we're very interested, even the kind of music from this lifetime, can be attributed in some way, fashion, or form from past lifetimes. Um, so keep that in mind um, when you're thinking about your past lifetimes, or why you're so into um, history or biology. Or oh, I've got a message for somebody. I don't know who the heck this goes for. Um, but when I was in the shower today, um, I got specifically told, quote unquote, it's under the cupboard. In, no, in, quote unquote, it's in the cupboard. So whoever is looking for something and they happen to see this, check your cupboard, whatever it is you're looking for, check your cupboard thoroughly. Um, I have no idea who that's for or why. Not a damn clue. I just know that's a message that had to go out. Check your cupboard. In your cupboard and then under your cupboard, but the term was in the cupboard. And that's how it was, almost like the feeling, the sensation was in the cubby, but it was, but what I actually heard was cupboard. And I would use the word cabinet. So if somebody says cupboard, to me, that's British. Um, so just an FYI, that could be somebody who's British, somebody who's English, somebody who's even Australian. So, um, okay, now that that message is out, um, and I just got the name Ryan. So I sit and roll my eyes, going, "Huh, interesting." What else? I think I'm gonna have to change from 3:30 to 4 instead of, so that I can, because I'm having different things with my computer, and the internet connection and things. So, um, I just 3:30 is not working. So I think I'm gonna have to do 4 instead. Anyhow, what else? Oh, I did have a couple of other things. Hang on one moment, please. Please bear with me. Or us, depending upon how you look at things. Um, not going there. Do not need to see news right now. Thank you so very freaking much. Okay, come on. Ba-dum-bum. Ah. Here's a little tidbit about the Sasquatch. Ugh. Okay, hang on a minute. I gotta do this. It's gonna drive me nuts. Aha. Oh, well, the hair is crap, but hello. Well, it's because I didn't style it. Okay. This is something I posted. When you haven't had the intensity of a Sasquatch clan's higher consciousness energy since 2019, yet you understand any contact and telepathy with them, mind speak, also known as mind speak, uh, yet you understand any contact and telepathy with them is very different than this situation that you experienced, and where they unexpectedly use your body and its psychic energy in combination with their own to show you information and to psychically protect and to inform of warnings and protection of another human via the use of you, the psychic. And yet, when you've forgotten just how incredibly powerful they are, what it does to your higher consciousness, and to your body afterwards, and where that kind of use and energy leaves you in a form of higher consciousness type of psychic high, major psychic high, and where trying to come down from all of that is a truly wow, mind bending, mind blowing experience. My mind is yet again blown by their strength, psychic energy, and for their love and compassion they have for the humans they care about. That happened last night. I'm not going to say who or why. And then sometime later, I posted, psychically, I came down. The emotion part hasn't hit me yet like it usually does. This may be a learning curve process for me, where over time, the coming down may not have an emotional energy signature to that part anymore. And I gather that will be a wait and see scenario. Such beautiful energy of these people, such love and such care. Thank you for the experience. And a few hours later, when the ET, oh my God, I am tired. Sorry. When the Sasquatch opened the portal 3 to 4 feet from me, it's about 3.5, 4 feet. I keep saying 4 because it's just easier, but my mind is saying 3 to 4. So this happened at 11:20 p.m. last night, and at 8:40, I had finally come down. I was off the psychic high. And I mean, what they did to my body, what he did to my body. He grabbed my chakras, planted me to the earth. Apparently I was okay with this, but consciously, soul wise, apparently I was okay with him doing this. And my higher consciousness obviously gave permission, but it's also possible that may not have happened. And he just automatically did it. And I literally could not move from where I was at. I was physically planted on the piece of furniture I was sitting on. My feet couldn't move even if I tried. I was like, well, I'm not getting up anytime soon. He fixed my low back for the time that I was stationary. I was like, "Well, why can't we do that permanently?" That's not happening. That's on me, I guess, so that's part of my healing. It was a hell of a learning experience, let me tell you, folks. Um, anyway, so, a few hours after the first experience, and I was finally able to stand up, finally able to, um, walk, lift my feet and walk, because I literally from, like, my just above my waist, middle of my back, through to my legs, I could not move, and it was not from any physical thing wrong with me, it was literally, I had a being that literally a positive energy being. I've had hierarchies do this to me, um, but I've never experienced this with a Sasquatch. I've experienced something very different with a Sasquatch, with Mama Sasquatch up at Mount Baker, but, not like this. And this Sasquatch was a number of states away from me and had literally gone with my chakras and connected my entire chakra system, but specifically from the middle of my back straight down, from my core straight down, through my back, my butt, my legs, my knees, into my feet, and straight into the core of the earth. And um, I felt Mother Earth. I felt, I felt the entire planet, and I was literally taken, uh, via a form of higher consciousness through the planet and right up onto this property, up through the earth and onto, and it was like I was part of the entire piece of property. I've never experienced anything quite like that before. I've experienced higher consciousness where I've gone 5, 6 different places. Well, I've gone 5 different places, and the 6th place I was physically here, and I was still very much wide awake, very much able to do all this other stuff. Um, I've gotta move. And I gotta move the thing behind my back. Um, I don't know if you could hear my shoulder, but my shoulder was clicking big time. That's never good. And all my art supplies, isn't that fun? Um, anyway, so the I it's I mean, I have experienced something like that, similar to that. Neat. There we go. I have experienced something very similar to that I did on my own when I was 19 years old. Um, but I've never experienced this kind of a situation where and I've experienced where the hierarchies have done that with me before, but not feeling the earth, not feeling the entire planet, not coming up from um physically being in this location and consciously feeling the entire earth, consciously then coming up from under inside the planet. I don't know how else to say that. And to then feel the entire piece of property that this area was at, and to be able to higher consciously see and to feel and to be and they were using their energy to help me at the same time, and my higher consciousness see what they were seeing, and And yet at the same time, I was using my psychic abilities, um, to also see. And there were a couple of danger spots and one specifically, but, yeah, it was just wow. And this danger spot was big. I mean, like, really effing big, really big. Um, so the fact that, um, after my whole body, I mean, my whole body was vibrating, but my feet, I mean, if my soul could have come out of this body, and I mean, soul, not spirit, big freaking difference, come out of this body, and it's different than disassociation. Oh my god, it's so completely different than disassociation. Um, come out, and it's different than astral. It's a form of higher consciousness, and I my I was resonating at a really freaking high frequency, so much so that my feet and my skin were vibrating. I mean, they were going like this, like just really super fast. Um, and I honestly believe, now that I'm thinking about this, I honestly believe that if I could have walked, physically had walked, I probably would have unexpectedly gone into another realm, walked through a portal and gone through another realm. I'm not joking when I say that. Um, I know that I've opened one or two portals myself. I know how to close them. I know how to deal with vortexes. Um, anyway, so about 3 hours after, I'm no longer vibrating at a super high frequency, but yet I'm on a psychic high. Um, the Sasquatch opens up the portal, and I'm literally feeling ice cold air. Now I have my heat on. I have my heat on, and I'm feeling, and the heater is, I don't know, about 4 feet away from me, to my left. It's over here. Excuse me. And I could feel the heat. So when this portal opened up approximately 4 feet from me, um, I was going to say wherever this Sasquatch was, I'm not going to, I know where he was. I just don't want others to know where he was. So I'm not going to say. So what I'm going to say is wherever he was, even though I logically and already know where he was, but you don't. Um, it had been ice cold. Um, like snow on the ground cold. Um, just really freaking cold. And me being in pajamas, it was very cold. And I could feel the breeze flowing back and forth um through the portal. The hot air flowing in and the cold air from where he was at flowing into my apartment. And I was like, okay, that's cold. And then I was like, cold. Wait a minute. And then I realized I got somebody here. And I'm like, who the hell are you? And I'm like, oh, never mind. And then I realized, "Oh my god, you're here." And then I'm like, "I can have a conversation. Thank you for allowing me, um, to do what I was able to do for this person. Thank you." I and it for them, they already knew something was going on. The person did, and so, I mean, on one hand, I wasn't any it wasn't any big news to them, but yet semi was. It was more like confirmation, validation. Um, and they took care of they're very good at taking care of themselves, very good at taking care of themselves, and, they've got very good instincts, and, um but yeah, it was so I had this conversation. It was like energy. It was like not quite telepathy, not quite mind speak. It wasn't normal mind speak, let's put it that way. But I could feel it's another form of how I receive mediumship information, and it's another form of how I receive higher consciousness information. And that's how I received this information, and I said, "Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to have that experience," and they essentially said, "Thank you for, um, being willing and for being our contact for this person." That blew me out of the water. I'm like, "But there are other people that," and they're like, "No, you've got a direct line to the human." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I'm like, "Okay." Um, but the power, oh my god, I always end up forgetting. I've had mind speak is very different than the kind of energy that you feel from these beings. Um, it's very different. Like mama was practically yelling in my head. I mean, she was just as she this is not any disrespect to her by any stretch. Oh god, I love her to pieces. This is not any stretch of the imagination of me disrespecting her, but she's very old. I mean, she's in our human ouch, in our human language, in our way of thinking, she's very old. Um, very well respected, very well loved, very well in command of um, her Sasquatch clan. Um, and for her, their clan is a matriarchal, female oriented clan. Very, very much so. Um, and I gather that's not always the case because this was a male coming through, and this was a different. They're not up at Mount Baker. They're in a completely different state, completely different location. Um, and and it just dawned on me, they knew that I work with the Fae. I didn't catch that before. That just hit me. Holy crap on a cracker. Oh, I probably shouldn't be saying that. That's just a saying that I picked up from something specific. But anyway, I do that. I'll pick up different sayings. Anyway, so I wanted to read you this. The male Sasquatch came through an ice cold, breezy portal into my living room and kept the portal open, very much brrr, while he checked on me. Even though it was breezy and icy in my home, with a literal ice breeze on my body, it was really very, very nice of him and very caring, a very caring thing to do for him to be sure that this frail human, because that's how we're looked at, we're frail humans, was okay after that huge experience that I basically was put through by them, but willingly. If I hadn't have been willing, I would have fought it hardcore. And I know others that very much have differing opinions on the Sasquatch and how they work with them and all of that. I do have my boundaries. Um, but this was okay with me. I mean, some people would be going, "Oh my god, why would you allow if you have the ability to stop, why would you?" There are things that I will allow, and there are things that I will absolutely freaking not allow. This is one of them. It was to help another human being who could have potentially been in great danger. Um, and they wanted to be sure that the human that they cared about was not going to be in danger. So that was kind of a big deal. It's a very big deal in my book. Um, so it means a tremendous amount to me that he did that, that he checked on me. And the moment he left and closed the portal again, because he left it wide open, my living room and dining room heaters immediately kicked back up into high mode. I was like, you hear this click at the furnace, and I mean, they had literally shut off. The heat was on, but it was on low to maintain the heat, basically. But I mean, you have cold. It's like having a door open. It's like having my front door and my porch door open. It's just like, wow, wide open, cold, icy cold air. Um, anyway, so at the moment he left, the portal closed again. My living room and dining room heaters came on and reheated the apartment, even though they were already on. Anyway, my energy has returned to full normal, and now I'm one wiped out mama. I need 24 hours of sleep after that experience, but will be lucky to get 5. I've had 4. Um, Rest for me comes on Thursday. I have loved this experience. Treasured moments, but amazing moments. One happy lady that I could receive information and energy that may be of help and use to others. It's things like that you got to realize. I mean, there are reasons why I do enjoy being a psychic medium. It's things like this. It's times where I had a hierarchy I had a hierarchy royalty yank my soul cord and literally jam it into ground. And I mean, he was like, "You need to be ground and centered," and I'm like, "I'm not ready yet." He's like, "No, now, because it's happening now." And I went, "What?" And the next thing I know, he literally takes my soul cord and grounds it into the core of the earth. And I'm like, and I was screaming because it happened so fast. I I was about to ground and center myself, but apparently, according to him, it wasn't fast enough. I was not okay with that. But I am thankful for it and grateful for it because of the fact that he saved my life, basically. Um, he wasn't freaking kidding when he said, it's happening now. Um, and that hierarchy royalty being was right there. I mean, he stood right by my side, made sure, and I had angels. I had unexpected angels around me at the same time, and it wasn't them that did it. It was this hierarchy royalty, hierarchy being. So yeah, it just. So I'm very thankful that I have these abilities to be able to do things to help other humans and to help spirits on the other side. I know that in many lifetimes, I have had psychic abilities. I've had um, mediumship abilities. I know that in one of my lifetimes, um, I was a very poorly ill child, and my parents specifically got someone who the public thought was very unethical, very um, demeaning and demoralizing, but this individual protected me and taught me how to do um, other things, and it made a significant difference in my life because I was taught how to deal with the level of pain I was in as a child. I was taught different aspects of psychic abilities. Um, there were a number of things that I was taught. And um, this individual was a hardcore psychic. Um, they were classified as a sorcerer back then. Um, and they were murdered by I'm trying to figure out how to say this, extended family members. And they knew they were going to be executed, murdered. And they did everything they could to prevent that. And when their means couldn't take this individual down, the individual was then horribly slaughtered. Um, so, um, I've had numerous lifetimes where I rode horses. So, I, in this lifetime, never, I love horses. I don't have the intensity of connection that I did with the horses in those lifetimes. I did when I was a child in this lifetime, but not so much as an adult. Because I'm very different now. Um, but I knew how to ride. I'm getting messages across my phone. So many lifetimes I rode horses. It was the only form of transportation other than walking. I had lifetimes where I was doing some sort of farming. I remember that. Lifetimes where I was a nobleman, or lifetimes where I was uh, grungy and dirty and female and um, those are very, very difficult lifetimes. Um, many lifetimes I chose to be a male. My last lifetime, I chose to be a female. Time before that, uh, I was a male. The time before that, I was a female. Um, so, and now I understand why there are things that I love about photography. It's because it captures images and memories, so to speak. Um, so, lifetimes, the things that you see in your lifetime now are aspects of past lifetimes. Can be, not always the case, but can be. Um, so just think about things like that. Um, Okay. I do not quite know why, but apparently we're going to be doing oracle cards. I had this sitting out just in case, and sure enough. So anyhow, think of those things and remember the things that you talk about. Remember that, yes, Christopher. You manifest with words. So be very, very careful when you verbalize things. Be very, very careful when you're talking to people, talking to individuals, talking to people at work. Learn how to speak in not just present tense, but in positive tense. Take out your negative words, such as the word just, or learn to put things into positive language. And fortunately, Christopher, he says yes and never curse. It's quite a powerful statement when one does. Yes, it is. And that's why I've been trying to get out of saying the F word. And today has been a major day for the F word. And I'm like, that's not so good, because a lot of the hierarchies, well, more specifically, the Fae royalty, really dislike it when I use the F word. Oh my goodness, do they dislike it? Yeah, it's really hard, as it's cathartic. Yes, agreed, Christopher. Very inarticulate at the moment. But anyway, so we're doing the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards. I'm not shuffling in any specific way. Well, yeah, in a specific way. I just don't have my come on. Thank you. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to move this back. All my stuff. Isn't that fun? All right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do this in sections. 3 sections, really? Why 3 sections? I don't know. Okay. Sounds. Anyhow, I hope you're having a good day. Here we go again. Hope things are going well for you. If you have body aches and pains, listen to binaural beats music. There are not many channels that actually have true binaural beats. Oh, Christopher, what's it called? Hertz? Not millihertz, megahertz. I can't think of what it's called. Anyway, there's certain frequencies. Listen to certain frequencies. Kilohertz. Thank you. Yeah. Hertz and kilohertz, yeah. There we go. Whoa. Okay, so I'm apparently taking this top section. That was a trip and a half. I've never seen that before. These cards just showed a aura around them. Okay, I'm getting told to shuffle these. getting told to shuffle this top part of this deck. Okay. 1, 2. Okay. And 3. From the top. Okay. Wow, that was a trip and a half. Okay. Excuse the fingernails. Sage, be devoted and committed. Okay, so that is what that is. And we shall find. Okay, be devoted and committed. This is what the book talks about. Okay, message, be willing to go the whole road and back again. This will allow you to be the best you can possibly be. About. The sage represents the wise one within. When this card arises, it shows you that you are preparing to become a great and insightful teacher to your peers. It guides you to take notes. As the wandering yogi is on this card, because your knowledge and life experiences can impart incredible insights to those with whom you come into contact. This card is also about observation and becoming more aware of who you are and of all your inner workings, because that awareness can bring more clarity to your decisions. And the extended message. Devotion is a powerful energy. Right now, angels and ancestors want to acknowledge how committed you are to your growth. Your continued dedication to this aspect of your life has been recognized, and your understanding that you are not only a body, but also a soul, is all you need to continue growing and expanding. The energy of oneness is offering itself to you now, and it's important to take some time to integrate it all so that you can be supported and guided by it. This is what the divine wants for you. Make a note of experiences or teachers making themselves known to you at this time, because you are going to share those teachings one day too. So, in other words, as I'm talking to you and maybe possibly teaching you, you will eventually be teaching others. And I literally just asked, is that it? And they're like, yes, no more. And I'm like, okay. Sage. Wow, I have never seen cards as they were in the process of being shuffled literally turn completely blue. This deck is all green, very, very dark green, I might add. I've never seen the entire edge turn. I mean, it was like a bright, it was an energy blue, bright energy blue. I've never visually seen that before. And that was not, I don't know. Hang on a minute. Yeah, I got told yes. Okay. I was just about to ask and they said yes. Okay, hang on. I gotta get. It's gonna take a couple of shuffles before I can get this going, Christopher. Hang on a minute. Wow. Ow. Yeah. Hang on, I'm going to keep shuffling until I get to a section to where, wow, okay, that energy is starting to happen again. Wow, that's a trip and a half, man. Oh, I gotta stop and take a moment. I'm getting... I do the propel. Okay. Okay, I literally just thought, I am going to say this, and they said you're going to get into trouble if you do. I'm going to say it anyway. There's a message for a certain group of people. In the pictures that I have posted in the background of this video. And only those who are in the know will understand. Only those will know what it means. Oh, somebody's being a smartass. They said if they figure it out. Well, they're smart enough to figure it out. But it's for a specific group of individuals who work and play together, I might add. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say. Say it anyway. Laugh my ass off. Yes, Christopher. Okay, hang on a second. I'm going to do this last shuffle, and then we're going to find out how many, because I had to get that energy out. Okay. Whoo! They want me to shuffle it 4 more times. All of it 4 more times. And I'm going to be picking 3 cards. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Christopher, you got 3 beans here. Don't know who they are. One more? Really? Okay, one more. And then I guess I'm going to be picking from the middle and the top and the bottom. Okay. Woo! Oh, that's right. I forgot you have that meeting. Okay, picking from... You got to tell me where. No. Okay, I'm getting told no. All right, where? There? Okay. Okay, top or bottom? Bottom. Okay. Ow, ow, ow. Hands. Okay, so that's the first one. Okay, top. No, middle. Really? Well, I didn't expect that. Okay, where in the middle? How far in the middle? Where am I? I'm to take this one? Are you sure? Okay. Okay, so it's this. Where am I taking it? All right, I'm going to spread it. We're going to spread it out because I don't know where the fudge I'm supposed to be. Hang on a second, guys. I got to get all of these out. All right. Where am I? Oh, you went silent. Why did you go silent? Second from the bottom or second from the top? Top. That one or this one? That one. Okay. Oh, how interesting. I'm to do another one? Oh my God, Christopher. Well, Christopher, I guess I'm going to be reading a lot. Where am I? This one. All right. Goodness sake almighty. I guess you're getting an entire deck, dear boy. Yeah, I know one more, but where? I'm sorry, I don't mean to be a smartass. I apologize. What do you mean there? Is it this there or that there? That. Okay. All right, so here's the 4 of them. Wow. Okay. Wow, Christopher. There's very few people I would do that for. You know that. Okay, I am going to shuffle these again because my brain is. I need to kind of cool my energy down after that. Wow. Okay, dear. All right. Now we get to reading. Okay, my dear boy, you have. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're going to go in order. Guardian Angel, you are not alone. Okay. All right, let's see what the book. The book. Book. Boop. Yeah. Okay. Let's see how well my shoulders hold up. Oh, the tailbone. Okay. Okay. Guardian Angel, you are not alone. The message. Watch for signs and reminders from your angels and loved ones that they are close by. Remember, they are hardworking to guide you. About. The Guardian Angel card shows the white feather that has become known as the Guardian Angel's business card. Whenever a white feather appears in your life and or this card appears in the reading, its message it's a message to say your guardian angel and ancestor guides are particularly close at this time and are there to support you with their love. If you have asked for help with a particular situation, know that there is divine intervention in the works. The extended message. Everyone has a guardian angel who has been with them in all their past lifetimes and will be there in all the lifetimes to come. So now that you are never alone and never will be alone, this card is a huge reminder that there is always help and support available to you. Your guardian angel is with you now and is here to aid you in all of your endeavors. In order to receive their support, first ask for it, then surrender to the process. Know that whatever unfolds will be for your highest good. I literally, as I was reading this, Christopher, was getting told this is also for other people. So if you're listening to this, I'm being shown and told that you need to pay attention to this card. Everybody needs to pay it, but there are very specific individuals that will be watching this. This will jive for them as well, Christopher. So this specific card doesn't just go for you. It is for you, but at the same time, there are others who need to hear that message. So just an FYI. I'm really glad we're doing this. I oddly enough don't do this very often, and the fact that I'm getting drawn to it, that's kind of a big deal. All right, the next one, let's see if I can find it. Okay, It's not in that one. Nah, but there we are. Okay. And now I gotta take a drink of water. Okay, and I gotta move the book so I don't lose the spot. Well, before I do that, we're gonna take a sip of this. Oh, and I'm getting told not to take a sip of that. Oh, good grief. There's gotta be a reason why. Clear-headed. You want me clear-headed? I am clear-headed. No, don't argue with them, Nikki. All right. Oh, the lighting looks better in here. I got 2 daylight light bulbs going on. Anyway, all right. I got the lavender going. All right, here's the card. It's called Seer. See beyond the current situation. Look beyond your current situation. Raise your vibration and focus on love. About. Hang on. Excuse me. About. Most indigenous peoples have a seer in the family or tribe. Seers are the intelligent and intuitive beings who serve as direct channels for information on what's occurring now and what's about to unfold. Okay, sorry, but my shoulders are not, so we're going to have to hold this back here because I cannot do that with the arms. Okay, what's occurring now and what's about to unfold? Their energy isn't about predicting your future for you, but about showing you how your intentions are creating it. A true seer will help you see that your intentions can change. Therefore, so can your future. The message of this card is to let the clairvoyant within you rise up so that you can see the way forward yourself with your spiritual eyes. The extended message. Clairvoyance isn't just about predicting the future. It's about being able to see clearly enough. It's about being able to see clearly enough, create your best future. You are being encouraged by your ancestral guides and angels to see beyond what you think is happening now. Don't allow your ego or doubts to play games with you. Instead of seeing yourself as stuck or lost, know you're in an energetic holding space while the universe recalibrates a path that is more favorable for you. Angels of light are upgrading your energy so your experiences can be more enjoyable. You are moving towards something extremely uplifting and enlightening. So stay calm and keep your eyes on the prize. Okay, next one. Whoop. Yep, okay. Okay. I'm starting to read and now I'm starting to get tired. My 4 hours of sleep is catching up to me. All right, here we go. The Hermit. Oh, good grief. The Hermit. Excuse me. The Hermit. Retreat and recharge. The message. Take time to rest and recuperate in order to continue your growth. Benefit from the information that will come directly from your heart space. About. The Hermit card is one of solitude and meditation. It represents your capacity to go within and drive at the cave of your heart. Many of the answers to your problems lie within. And if you don't take the time to connect with yourself and feel comfortable alone, you won't be able to hear the messages that are rising up inside you. The cross legged meditation position of the cave dwelling sadhu on the card is an invitation to harness the power of your meditation practice. The Sri Yantra symbol behind him represents the union of masculine and feminine energies, hence support from Mother, Father, God. Extended message. You have been working hard and giving your all to your current situation, and it may become draining and detrimental to your development unless you retreat and recharge your energies. So you are being guided to take a step back at this time. If you are working on bringing something together, your over-involvement could impede the process. So retreat and breathe. If you have something to say or do that could have a larger impact on your life, spend some time in deep thought, even contemplation, before moving forward. Often, when we rush in, we don't see how destructive our actions can be. So, meditate and listen to your soul's wisdom before proceeding further. Ooh. Whoop, missed it. How did I miss it? Huh. Okay, well, apparently you're not in that. Apparently it's not part of that one either. Okay, well, let's see. Where the heck are we? Wait a minute. Huh. Well, you're in here somewhere. Why am I not finding you? H M A. Okay, should be after this. Aha, found you. Okay. All right, Christopher, here is your last one. Hello, welcome to whoever came in. Welcome to Restore Belief with Nikki. Right now we're doing oracle cards from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle Cards Guidebook at the moment. Okay, so here we go. Mere Guardian, take time to reflect. Okay, the message. Take some time to reflect on your strengths and challenges and how far you've come. Recognize your gifts. About angels accept you just the way you are. Even when you are going through a challenging time, they still hold you in the highest esteem. The mere guardian, a female angel, looking into the mirror of life, invites you to witness your spiritual strength and beauty, to see yourself as angels do. The mirror represents the fact that your core beliefs and ideas are in fact what is reflected back to you by your world. Your life is one big mirror of how you feel within, and the mirror guardian helps you recognize that. When this card appears, you are being invited to take some time to see where you are right now. The extended message. You are a beautiful being who has surmounted so many challenges and expanded in so many ways. Your angels are now guiding you to take inventory of your life, to take the time to note all of your recent experiences, the challenges you have surmounted, the strengths you have developed, and the lessons you have learned. Your angels want to reflect on your strengths, in particular, those aspects of yourself that you feel have not been acknowledged by others. Offer yourself approval where it's due, and know that when you give yourself credit, others will be able to as well. Okay, dear boy, and I keep calling you dear boy, my little brother. I love you, dear one. How's them for some four cards? And others do need to listen to those as well. Those weren't just for you, dear. Wow, specifically that first card. So whoever came in, go back and listen to the first card. This is what the first card looked like. Guardian Angel. Go back and listen to that one. It's for, I think, as many people as it's really meant for. If it affects, if it follows something in your life, take a listen to what's going on. It was really rather interesting, and the message that I received from that, wow. So that was for everybody. Anyway, so I'm an hour and 46 minutes in. I'll probably yap away for a little bit longer. Okay, well, apparently I'm supposed to be pulling. I did not expect to be doing cards today. I put them out just as an idea, but not as a thing I was really gonna do. Okay, hang on a minute. I gotta get these silly things shuffled. Okay, clear. Okay, why am I being told to use the term, quote unquote, clear the deck? And it's not, it's meant as a military term. Okay, I don't know what the hell that means. I can only guess what that means, but clear the deck? Oh, holy crap. Okay. Anyway, that explains the hymn I got by my family. It's a song about being freed from. Yes, okay. Yeah, exactly. Reshuffled completely. No kidding. That was a lot of energy. Wow, Christopher. Pretty freaking cool. Anyway, I literally got shown to do the Fae cards. Wow. That just, I mean, truly, it really kind of surprises me. I just put it out. Not that I was actually going to do, but so that I didn't have to reach around behind me. That's a whole other subject. All right. These are Oracle cards of the fairies. Which kind of follows in. Oh, hello. Okay, I'm being told somebody needs to watch their back. I don't know who that message goes to. Be careful who you trust. Watch your back. Okay. Here we go. Shuffling away. Okay, so I'm shuffling 3 times for this and then 2 for the other. Okay. Clear. Clear. And this is supposed to be for everybody. Wow, did not expect it. Okay, hang on a minute. Okay, let's see what comes of this. Are you kidding me? My thumbs are getting sore. All right. Apparently 2 isn't enough. Okay. And apparently that's not enough either. All right. No, this one? Okay. Not a freaking. You want me to shuffle or you want me to take? Take. Okay. Now can I. They're being specific today. They're always specific, but never quite this specific. You want it from the top. Okay. Oh, bugger. All right. Now, this first one is. Oh, good God. I gotta get the book. What the hell's the book? Okay, that was the second one. This one was the first one. Hidden Depths. Let's see. I'm getting tired of reading, guys. Okay. It's just because I've had 4 hours of sleep. I'm not being grouchy. I'm not being bitchy, and I'm not anything with them on the other side. The girl's getting tired. No, apparently I need a drink first. All right. All right, here we go. And here we are. All right. This is for everybody. Hidden depths. Something hidden is. There we go. Hidden depths. Something hidden is about to come to light. Perhaps a secret or memory at the back of your mind. When we expose what's hidden, we can become free. Sometimes it's easier to be in denial than to face a challenge. So we act as though something never happened and pretended everything is fine. However, releasing the things that have been hidden from view can be very liberating and help us to move forward with our lives. The Fairy of Water comes to hold your hand gently and guide you during this releasing experience. One of the reasons things stay hidden is that they can contain painful memories. This is totally understandable, and if there's a major trauma in your life, it's important to seek professional help. I fully agree with that. Remember, you don't have to do this alone. All you need to do is take the first brave steps towards wanting to be free from your past. Once you've done this, there are people who can help you to walk gently through the experience and teach you how to release it with love. Then you'll be able to move forward feeling lighter and happier and ready to embrace the rest of your life positively. The fact that this card has appeared now means you may be ready to face what has been hidden, but only do this if and when you feel the time is right. Another meaning of this card may be that someone you know is keeping a secret from you. Secrets are fine, but not when they hurt another being. It's time to be honest with yourself and ask that others do the same for you. But be gentle with everyone concerned, including yourself, during this process. Okay. I'm going to have to use the massager on my shoulder tonight. Okay. Wisdom. Okay. And here we go. Let's see if I can get this. Nope, can't. Well, hang on a minute. I gotta move it forward because I gotta put my arm. My shoulder is getting tired, so let's see if we can do this. There we are. Do I have it? Okay. Ugh. Wisdom. Have you ever been told that you're wise beyond your years? Now is the time to call upon your inner fairy wisdom to help you with a challenge. The fairy is telling you it's time to call upon your own inner wisdom in order to help yourself at a challenging time. Or, or perhaps someone you know could do with some insight into their situation. This wise fairy is accompanied by a white owl, owls being a symbol of wisdom. She tells you it's time for you to trust your own knowing and reminds you that wisdom doesn't only come with age. Wisdom is the ability to see the bigger picture. So fly silently like the owl and hear and see everything before coming to a decision based on this wisdom. Being wise doesn't always mean you're right, but it does mean you have the ability to see into situations in a more impartial way than many others can, and for the highest good of all concerned. We all have access to inner wisdom, and pulling this card shows it's time for you to trust this fully. You could find yourself being asked for help or to facilitate a healing between two or more parties. This is where wisdom comes in. Allow your intuition to speak through the filter of wisdom, but always remember that others have a choice and free will. So give loving advice, but not orders, as no one really likes being told what to do, including you. Okay, and the reason why the look happened during that card read was because I got told, what the hell is it, to do one more. For those who are Catholic or Bible reading or whatever you want to call it. And these are cards that are extremely difficult to shuffle. Like, really freaking difficult to shuffle. So, hang on to your hats, guys. All right. So, squeak, squeak. Lifetimes. So, whatever you have in your, oh my God, I can't even bend these. Oh God, that's not gonna. Ouch. Bugger to beans. Ooh. All right. Well, apparently, we're going to be doing this a different way. Whew. Mercy. All right. So, this is going to get shuffled in a very piss poor way. Don't like that. Lifetimes. So, whatever you have in a past lifetime can affect this lifetime. Remember that. Remember certain things and traumas that you feel from this lifetime. And that doesn't mean like, oh, somebody hit me. I'm not talking about stuff like that. I'm talking about your interests. Why do you have, for example, I'm just using this as an example. This is what popped into my head. And I don't think it's from any specific being. Oh, two more. Okay. That, for example, if you have an interest in Egypt and I was going to say the pillars, but somebody literally corrected me and said the columns and the hieroglyphs. Can I do it? No. I'm getting yelled at. Quit fighting us. Like, I want to keep shuffling. I don't feel like it's shuffled enough. All right, I will quit fighting. Excuse me. We're having a little discussion here. The crazy lady. Yeah, she's not so crazy. Anyway, all right. It may be that my point is it may be that you had a lifetime in Egypt. And that's something that I found out. Wow, did I find out? Okay, where am I? Boy, you sure like to choose the middle today a lot. What the hell is with that? Sorry. Bottom. Bottom one? The very bottom? Okay. And this one has no card book to read or anything. It's just whatever it says on a card. Okay. Psalms. You're looking in your Bible. Psalms 9. I can't even read that. It's either 91 1 or it's 9:11. I can't. I'll have to put it up on the thing. Okay. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. Okay, folks. You figure out what that is. Is that Psalms 91:1 or is that Psalms 9:11? Anyway, here it is. I'm sorry. I'm tired and I'm irritated about it. It's because those cards are really hard to shuffle. Okay, here we go. Oh, you want me to do another one? Dude. Oh, straight from the top. Okay. Whoever dwells in... I just read that. Oh, it's 91:1. Whoever dwell... Oh my God. Okay, yeah. See, I'm getting tired. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. 91:1. Psalms 91:1. Okay. Same thing, two different cards. There you go. All right. On that note, I'm done with the cards. No more cards. Don't tell me no more cards. I'm done with cards. Okay, let's shuffle those. Alrighty. Brother. There was something else I was supposed to tell you. Oh, don't pull a brain fart. You are doing great and you have improved a lot in your physical resilience. Yeah, for me to actually hold the cards up, my shoulders are doing better. They're painful, but they're doing a lot better, Christopher. Anyway, so that's a good thing. My tailbone, however, the last few weeks have been just miserable, like really freaking bad, like cry-worthy miserable. So yeah, it's just been very, 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 very bad. So anyway, on that note, it's different. I know I had stuff on saved to my phone, so hang on one second. Let's see if I can find it. There were a few things that I really wanted. This speaks to lifetimes. Okay. This is a post from I Love Arizona. It's off of Facebook. It says it's the Milky Way over the Superstition Mountains, Lost Dutchman State Park. The photograph is by Ross Russell. I do not own the I don't own copyright. I don't nothing. I'm showing this as an example of lifetimes. It's a gorgeous picture. Um, so that's the picture. Superstition Mountains. Credit goes to Ross Russell for the photograph. And the Facebook post is I Love Arizona. Credit goes to them as well for posting what they posted. And then the rest of this is what I wrote. I didn't even remember these mountains until I started remembering bits and pieces of one of my past lifetimes, where the other side family said to me, quote, "Nikki, you lived in the Superstition Mountains," where I then responded, "What the hell is that? Where the hell is that?" quote unquote. Then moments later, I was triggered and started having large amounts of flashbacks of that lifetime and started remembering traveling through those mountains on horseback and also walking, where I remembered a pretty fair detail of that entire mountain range and why we called it Superstition Mountains. And there were hidden areas for water and food. And I also remember bits and pieces of the sky people, including who never to trust and who to trust, and what and who were sacred. I remembered who I was, who my family was, who I considered family, and why I was known. In 2011, I knew a friend. I got to repeat that. In 2011, I knew who a friend and I were to each other in a lifetime, and told them what we were to each other in that lifetime. But that was all I knew at that given moment in time in 2011. Then, here and now, many years later, my soul was triggered and nearly all of that lifetime came flooding back. Now, that's a rarity, FYI. That doesn't happen consciously very often. We don't always remember all in one lump sum. For me, when I was triggered, I remembered huge, gigantic sections of that lifetime. Then it kind of like seeped in, and I was shock after shock after shock of what I remembered, who I remembered, how things transpired, why things transpired, why that lifetime is so crucial to me in this lifetime. My soul was triggered, and nearly all of that lifetime came flooding back. It is one of my deeply loved and treasured lifetimes, and yet it is also one of my most heart-wrenchingly painful lifetimes because of the repeated slaughter. Now I understand why my soul will never trust government, as they continue to outright lie to people. These were once truly beautiful mountains. I already know that I have not returned to them since that lifetime, but maybe one day I will. Though now I know I deeply love the Cascade Mountains too. Both lifetimes of beauty, and beauty meaning the mountains. A lot of times we will be triggered by little things. They may feel like a deja vu moment, or it'll be you're reading a story, and the next thing you know, you're not just has nothing to do with the story, has to do with a past lifetime, and you're getting like a little flash fragment of it, a flash memory of it. Well, for me, that's happened too. I've had that with Egypt. I had that with Atlantis. I had that with England. France and Italy and Germany and, oh my god, Russia and, um, Ukraine and, um, Poland and Scotland and Ireland and, oh my god, um, all over the world. Oddly enough, except there were some, and I know I was, uh, Peruvian at some point. I also know, I believe I was Brazilian, um, in one of my lifetimes, but I don't remember. I have vague, very, very vague recollections. So like fragments. Um, I remember the conquistadors. I remember Roman times. I remember being a Roman soldier in 2 lifetimes. Hated those frickin' lifetimes. I and for me to use the H word for hate tells you how much I really disliked them. Um, ugh, did not like being a Roman soldier. Um, I wanna say Tibetan monks. That just literally popped into my head. I know that um I wasn't Tibetan. Um, I was one of the nomads, I know that. Been in a Bedouin tribe, well, a couple of lifetimes in a Bedouin tribe. Um, couple of lifetimes in, uh, Eastern countries. I don't wanna say which ones. Um, Crete, Minoan, yeah, a lot of different lifetimes, folks. Um, so make the realization, start putting things together for you, and things will start popping up. You'll get triggered. Um, be open to it. Um, oh, Bigfoot Michigan Rob is live. Sea serpents, myth or monster. And in a few minutes, I will be going over there because it's a few minutes after 6 p.m. here in Pacific Northwest. So, Pacific time. So, anyway, oh, and I need to remember to write this in that it's not a copyright, so I don't get nailed for that. Um, but look at the Superstition Mountains in Arizona. You'll figure out what nation I was with. Um, I have a lot of memories. That's one of my, like I said, it's one of my most treasured memories. Um, and it's one of the ones that I cry the most over. Gotta be careful with that. Because of all the death and having to fight hand to hand combat. And it's one of my most difficult lifetimes because it cost my soul consequences in my last lifetime. My soul paid consequences in the lifetime after that and severely in the lifetime after that. So, 2 lifetimes after, because of something that I did in that lifetime where I was living in the Superstition Mountains. Um, and of course, there are a lot of stories, a lot of hearsay, but there are things that I remember that will not be in the history books. There's a lot of things that I did do that are in the history books. I'm not saying who I was. Um, um, Anyway, there was something I was going to say and it went right out of my head, mostly because I'm tired and I got emotional. Um, which can happen sometimes. Anyway, do your own research into things that you find that you have liked. I mean, like with your heart, you have just loved a subject and you couldn't figure out why you were so into it. And yet you know that this aspect of it you deeply love and this aspect you deeply love. You may even have chosen a career because of because of something you dearly love. Look into those things. You may find out that it was because of a past lifetime that you lived. So, anyhow, I'm babbling now, and it's time for me to go. That I need to go take care of myself. I need to go actually eat and get my vitamins down and deal with all of that. Anyway, the tree of life is on my wall, and it's reminding me of family. And no matter if you have a family that is shit, because I know family, I've had friends where they've had absolute family that has been shit. And I've got friends who have had families that have just been phenomenal. They're fantastic. No matter what your family is, be thankful and grateful for the lessons you have learned. They have helped you become who you are now, and they have opened doors or closed doors that needed closing. On that note, I'm going to close this out. I honestly hope and pray, because I do believe in prayer. Prayer is just a form of meditation, putting positive energy out into the ether. Some people call it out into the universe. Some people claim a deity. Others claim source. Whatever you claim. I hope everything goes well for you the rest of this week. It is Wednesday, March 29th here in the United States, about almost 6:10 p.m. in the early evening now. Take very good care of yourself. And we have a show tonight. We are going on the S4 bunker. We will be talking about Egyptian times, Egyptian pyramids, and ancient Egypt. So, and if I can last, another 4 to 6 hours or 4 to 7 hours, I will be on the show. Please take very good care of yourself. And I'm going to change 3:30 to 4 instead, because 3:30 is just not working for me. So I'm at 4 o'clock it'll be straight up from right now, 4 o'clock. And it'll be an hour to 2 hours. It just depends on what I want to talk about or what subjects that get brought up. On that note, take very good care of yourselves, guys. Toodaloo. Bye, guys. And thank you to the hierarchies, my spirit guides, and those that came forward to help with the oracle cards. Thank you, guys. Bye, guys. Take care. And see you next Wednesday at 4 p.m.